Well, 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 well. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wow. Hello. What's up? So, I just watched an episode of John Oliver Tonight, and like, so I know that he goes over everything with his legal team. He makes sure that what he's doing is basically not going to put him and all of his writers and all of the people that work for him out of a job, right? He goes over all of that. The show has been sued a number of times because that's what people do. They say, this guy is saying something harsh about me. I'm going to sue him. Even if it doesn't work. Like, the episode was specifically about this. It's about slap lawsuits. SLAPP. And it's lawsuits intended specifically to get people to stop talking about something while it's ongoing. There are, like, I guess, laws about, like, you can't talk about an active trial or something like that. Or something like that. I don't fucking know. This is not... the show is so wrapped in jokes that I didn't get the full expression of it. But it's basically, you use the legal system to basically silence people. Whether, you know, you tie them up in loopholes. Everybody's seen things like this. People like, why would you sue this company when you know it's going to cost your family X amount of time, and and you're going to be wrapped up in courts, and they can just pay better lawyers to win, even if they're in the wrong. Like, the United States has this tendency to, like, capitalism everything. Like, you don't get justice if you're poor. You don't get justice if someone's richer. You don't get justice unless you have the most money in the situation. And it's like, it's fucking insane, right? Like, you get to be president if you're rich. That's what fucking Bloomberg is trying to do. That's what Trump successfully did. You just get to be loud and boisterous and known for having money, and you get to just be the guy who who makes all the calls because you have more money than the other people. And it's fucking weird. It's like starting to feel even more insane to me. Oh, I love first floor vampires. I know that on the first floor you actually get the least amount of juice from a vampire because, you know, she only gives you 20. Her rate increases with the difficulty of the floor, but it's still really good to have a bunch of money early because you have a greater opportunity to actually do something with it. You're less likely to have opportunities where things will pass you by, chances will pass you by. If you're well off. Here it is. It ties into the same thing. Having a lot of money means you have a lot of opportunities for easy success in life. In the Gungeon, as well as in reality, getting a whole fat stack of money early on really just gives you a huge advantage. That was a pretty nice way to tie those two together. But it's really the case. Like, people seem to think that, like, there is fairness and there's justice in the world. But when you... Oh, even more money. When you sit down and think about it, everyone also kind of knows that the people who are going to have the easiest time in life are the people who... What's going... Oh, yeah, whoops. Sorry, I've been playing Monster Hunter, and that's got a different layout on my controller. The people that are going to have the easiest time are the people that are most well off. And that's going to be the case forever in a country that doesn't really value truth, it values wealth. And you know, I don't know. There's just so much that comes out that basically says, like, the only way for you to have a fair chance at life is to have been born into wealth. Not to be wealthy, but to have been born into it. You have to have already won in order to win. And, you know, it's been that way historically. That's what the fucking aristocracy was in a lot of countries. People that are just, like, essentially able to be, you know, they weren't always rich. I remember reading about how in the Louis XIV's France, he, like, actually kept them poor so that they could not use their money to gain influence. The Salon era of France. Dude, this sucks. This kind of really sucks. If it's not in here, we're fucked. It's not in here. Oh well. We'll get 6, maybe 8. So that's 120 to 160. We can't do 8 right away. Yeah, we'll give 2 more. Yeah, it's really frustrating to know, man, if I had another key, to know that, you know, it's pretty much always going to be the case in the US that if you're up against someone who outclasses you financially, you should just, you know, give up from the start. Like, they can win through unfair practices. They can do whatever they want and get away with it because they can afford to. It's the ultimate, like, what's the term? Indulgence. It's the ultimate ability to just get away with murder. Not even, like, directly murder, just even including murder, but to get away with whatever it is you want to get away with. And, you know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because it's not a joke. Like, I'm glad that there's somebody like John Oliver. I'm sure that the only reason it continues to happen on HBO is because his show makes more money than it loses in legal fees. But I'm glad that he is allowed to be as seemingly reckless as he seems to be in discussing these things. Like, it feels good, even if it is a very calculated, very well understood risk that's being taken. It feels good to have a voice like that. And I hope for the sincerity of it, but even without it, it's still genuinely beneficial, in my opinion, for people to have to deal with someone that will, like, hold them to their bullshit, you know? We will get the grappling hook there if we get another shop on this floor. We might get it anyway, but because we're sitting on a ton of money, but I'm not going to buy it yet. You can't steal from, what's his name with it? I don't know, dude. I've always hated the idea that there are just people out there who are above the law, and it's not just politicians and police officers and lawmakers and things like that. It's also, you know, just guys who have a lot of money, no matter how they got that money, no matter what industry they took part in. It doesn't really matter. Like, everyone knows the name of Jeffrey Epstein, and I'm not gonna make Jeffrey Epstein jokes because who fucking cares? Like, I know what happened is really, really extremely fucked up, but until the investigation or whatever got to where it was, Jeffrey Epstein was someone just living pretty, not only having sex with minors, but encouraging and allowing other people to have sex with minors. It was like, is his whole thing. And he was famous around the world for being a child sex trader. And he's the subject of a ton of jokes because he held dirt on people or whatever. But the fact is, this guy existed before then, doing whatever the fuck he wanted at the expense of anybody, period, and continued to do it and stayed extremely rich doing it. That was his whole thing, and he was able to keep it up until the moment where other people felt he was a problem and they needed to take him out. But he did spend his life just doing a god-awful thing for the extent of his time on Earth. Because he had money. It's not like no one would ever say that's okay, but functionally that's okay. Because there's no repercussions until other people are scared about it coming back to them. Other wealthy and powerful people said, hey, this might hurt me, so let's get this guy out of here. Not, hey, what he's doing is awful, so let's get this guy out of here. It's this fucking nightmare scenario where everything is allowable for a fee. And, you know, I'm not saying this is new. It's actually probably less the case now than it ever has been. I think people would just out in the open be fucking mob bosses and mafiosos and slave drivers and sex criminals in the past, and that would be like their name. It would be like, you know, Stanley the pederast or whatever, like, and everyone would be like, yeah, that's the guy who made a lot of money and then decided to come out of the closet as a child fucker, and everyone's like, oh, Stanley the pederast, I remember him. And it's like, that shit sucks. It sucks that throughout human history, we've just been hearing of tales such as these and just going like, God, that's awful. Oh well. That shit's crazy, man. Oh well. And like, the people who spend their lives trying to do anything about it are just crushed under the weight of either financial burden or a pressure of some sort or another. I've never done anything to fix it. I don't know how to. I'm very open and willing to talk about this on my little private channel that no one ever really goes to. But it's still it's still frustrating to me that it's undiscussable in a lot of ways and to a lot of people. I'm not keeping the Tetris gun. So, I know I already have 300 casings, so I'm already sitting pretty fucking well off on this run. But I'm not going to keep bad weapons. I'd rather sell them than hold them for no reason. It's just a weird world, man, where we're all expected to just accept the misery of the human condition as normalcy in fact because we're used to it. Yuck. It's a crazy world we're living in, and we just can't see that half of us emerged in sin is all we have to give these made of virtual insanities. What does this synergize with? Always seem to be gathered about this love we have for useless twistings. Tile match. Nope. Don't care about it. Of that new technology, oh now there is no sound. And I'm thinking what a mess we're in. It's hard to know when to begin. Well, This one has a cool synergy that we'll keep for it. where you don't have to use the gun and you still get a cool little benefit. Now every mother can choose the color of her child, but that's not nature's way. That episode of John Oliver also had an often misattributed quote about how, you know, you're only left-leaning in your youth. It's something I heard people say about, like, religiousness as well, where, you know, you get over, you're only an atheist as a kid, you're only skeptical, and then basically the thought is fear of your own mortality will bring you closer to God, which is exactly problematic. But conservatism seems to deal with a similar thing. People think that, like, you know, once you have something worth holding on to, once you have accrued wealth or have like a family to support, you're going to be conservative. And what that implies, at least to me, is with age, selfishness grows. And you know, I can understand people saying that as like that's an outlook of towards the stages of life. You take care of yours after you get to a certain point when you're worried about everybody. But doesn't that fucking feel terrible and insulting to the Conservative Party? Wouldn't you hate to be the party of selfish pursuit? Like, I don't know. It, like, they say that quote as if it's condemning towards liberalism, as if it's saying liberals are, you know, too open-minded, they're too worried about helping others, and that's why they're a fucking shame. To me, that quote basically says, like, you gotta be stronger, you gotta hold on to these things, you need to stay outraged with people being unwilling to help others. It's important that you remember, you retain that reasoning that you had in your youth that led you toward this better, more humane path. This I don't know, this more gracious way of thinking, I guess. Like, but it doesn't seem like that's. They think it's funnier to make fun of the giving and the concern, because conservatism is. It's got to do whatever it can to, like, make it seem like the other guys are foolish, because it can't stand up on its own morally. It's like it's just a fucking reprehensible group of people who know they have to make the other team look bad because they can't stand by on their scruples. Like, I don't know. It's always been weird to me. Oh shit, dog. That's so good. That's so good. I am a little bummed that there's a very high chance that we have to go through the thing with the thing. Oh, it's right here. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Ammo's starting to be a problem. I got rid of a lot of guns that had a lot of ammo in them. They were bad guns, but at least I had ammo. God, so glad. So glad I checked that room before going in here. Just weird, man. Like the bicameral system, the two-party system, is a fucking nightmare. It's really problematic, not just because it creates this this sightedness, this need to be either for or against one side completely. But it's mostly problematic in my mind because it, oh God. Because because one side, like, is, I don't know. Because they're too extreme. Like, there's this characterization of each side by needing to identify itself as opposite of the other. People act like centrism is, like, good, but it's usually just play acting. It's usually just, like, hedging your bets in the US. Having moderate ideas about stuff is generally understood to be pretty good. You don't need to be extreme in one side or the other for you to have to be raising a fair argument against or for something. However, in the U.S., it's like, it's tactic. It enters the space of just pure tactics. It's not something that people tend to believe or act upon. It tends to be something that people use as political clout. This centrism, like, both sides are idiots, yada yada yada. If people on both sides are mad at you, then you're doing something right. It's just, you know, enlightened centrism is a whole thing now because of it being pointed out on Reddit to such an obvious degree. But it's like, centrism can be fine if people were honest about it and not using it as, like, a third form of superiority, you know? Like, or as just a political tactic. I think centrism typically, oh God, at least in the hands of most, often becomes this thing that people get to when they don't want to think or discuss certain things. They don't want to have a reason for feeling a certain way. They just don't want to. I'm gonna go get I'm gonna open this brown chest first because I don't want to have a fight in this room. But I'm gonna get that, and then I'm gonna turn everything else into mimics. Get the key also. No. Oh my God, that was fucking weird. Oh. This is the first floor where no way to sell. It is. Oh. Duct tape it first. This is the Polaris one. I actually do want to steal. I know I don't have any coolness, but two things about that. One, I wanted to be reminded that I could. Oh man, I didn't even think about the treasure up here. What is it? Watson? Definitely should have grabbed that shit first. We'll probably go to the rat on this run. Probably. Oh, we should also get a blood friend. We have a shitload of parts. Wow, that's great. So we should do away with one of them. We got 4 extra hearts. Yeah. And it's an extra life, so it's many extra hearts we got. Alright. We could drop Casey at any point in order to decrease our curse, but we're at 3. Just gonna write down the number 3. Write it down. It doesn't look like a 3, it looks like a... it looks squash. It looks like a dick, honestly, like a badly drawn dick. Dang. How did I miss the giant spider? I don't know. I talk about the same things, the class struggles, the disparity between different levels of wealth and affluence in this country, and like how much it bothers me. I don't have a solution for any of it. I'm like literally nobody. Like I'm not a voice. I'm not a decider. I'm just a person with my opinions, and I am biased towards liberalism. I think that sharing is caring. I think that, like, I know that sounds like I'm being, you know, childish or, wow, why am I not using the Polaris? Like I'm being childish or something, but like, I honestly feel that way. I honestly feel like the best we can do is be as helpful as possible to as many people. I think that is extremely, extremely valuable, and I think it should be the focus of more campaigns. And like, it's just so weird that that's like considered a bad thing by so many people. It's so weird that it's like openly mocked. And considered like, I don't know, a pursuit of the youth or whatever. Like, just do what's best for your fellow man. That's like the golden fucking rule. Dang, dude. We don't have a way to put this one down. So we gotta go ahead and open this up. Dang. Alright, well. That was really badly dodged. That's a better way to steal. Hardwood means more explosions from that, I think. Yeah. It's good, but... When did it get to be okay to be on the side of unfettered greed? I mean, I guess the 80s. I guess way before that, but like, it grew popular in the 80s. It grew into something of a noble pursuit. Dude, I think I have 0 bullet modifiers. Oops, that was dumb. Oh, shit, nice. Why did it sound like a secret room just opened? Oh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Do 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 do. It's just weird when the world went from nobility and sacrifice to nobility and opulence. Like, and you know, I guess we could talk about the actual nobility versus the mobility. The knobs versus the mobs. Like, some could say that it's good that things aren't decided by the public in a pure fashion. It's that you'll end up with the Yelp conundrum, where people are allowed to be shitty and awful in an unfettered way just because. If you just let everyone have an equal voice, then chaos will reign. But that doesn't mean that the right option is to give the hand of an unelected few. Like, it shouldn't be in the hands of people born into wealth who don't have any actual experience with anything. Or the people that earned their wealth through luck, even. Like, it shouldn't be in the hands of fucking a handful of selfish individuals. Period. Because they're gonna pursue interests that appeal to them in a majority of instances. Not all the time. You might get a Bill Gates or something, but I think everyone can agree that it's equally likely that you're gonna get a fucking Jeff Bezos. Alright, increase movement speed. It's this for now. I could have stolen that movement speed, I know. I didn't want to. Oh god, okay. Cool. This should last a little while. At least, oh, we got the fucking ice cube. We're gonna be able to have one of those up most of the time. Because all of the damage I'm doing while it's out is actually counting towards it being brought out again. Whoa, okay. Not much left on this guy. Movement speed is great. Had to honestly hold my breath for a second during that last one because I needed to get that jump right. Fucking nano machines, oh my god. This one's not a mimic. Those aren't mimicable. That's why I didn't fight, or I didn't open the last one early, because I was waiting for it to turn into a mimic. But I guess it was already decided upon. Whoa. All yeah. Which one less we need for the thing? It's something. I'm not gonna buy something that encourages me to take damage. This is coffee, by the way. And that is why leaf shield, no thanks. I'm a little bit like coffee hyper. We got a little bit of snow last night into you know, I guess it snowed not just last night, it snowed Sunday night into Monday. It's now Tuesday. And it was like bright and sunny today. There was still a little bit of snowfall today, but not enough to endure the sunshine. So we didn't get much of a treat when it came to this little bit of snow we got, but It was kind of nice while it lasted. I got my Christmas present from Moses on Monday, which was a cover for my car, like one that's actually made for Tesla. So I made the mistake of being like, "Oh, you got yourself a car cover too?" And then he was like, kind of crestfallen. He was like, "Oh, you already went through and got one." I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I did." The one I got sucks. So, as a gesture of goodwill, we're going to use that for Jackie's car if we need to cover it ever. And we're going to use the one Moses got me for my car. Jackie doesn't really care about covering her car. It was really nice. We used it last night, and, you know, the snow kept falling last night. And it was so easy to get out and on our way today. I didn't have to, like, scrape the windows or anything. I just pulled the cover off. Ooh, I should actually put that back on for tonight, now that I think about it. I would like a bullet modifier of some sort. Even a fucking... Oh, I say even a scatter shot, like I wouldn't like a scatter shot more than I would like most other bullet modifiers. Scatter shot is the shit. Scatter shot is, has led to me nearly losing runs back in the day. I think something happened where it's like, oh, you fucking idiot. Oh. That's 4 curse. Get this out of here in case we want to get the other thing. Right. It's harder to do that with that. Here's the question. Should we get rid of Mimic Tooth Necklace because it's just extra fights? Cool. Should we? Don't fall off. God damn it. It's 22 kills, so we need 19 more. Don't. 18 more. Maybe 14. Let's say 13 now. There we go. Let's just get it up on the map. I'm not going to use it yet. We have the key thing. We need 5 more. I don't know if that counted as... I don't know if that counted as a pull. I heard the pop. This is the boss. No, it's not the boss, but it's not a room of any value. There's also one that would be absolutely wonderful to have the hook shot for. Barf, 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 barf. Regardless, none of those turned out to be the boss. So now we may be... Whoa, oh, they're still firing up there. God, that's scary and confusing. We may be buying a blank to get all of our secret things, because I'm not gonna sacrifice Polaris this close to a rat fight. Okay, it's over there. We'll be over here, but we'll still be expecting them to fire our way if it gets destroyed at any time. Very good, very cool decoy. Dude, what kind of accuracy is this? Is it negative? There's some more accuracy. That's what I was very recently talking about. Okay. Do you have a blank? You do. Blech. Let's go take care of this thing first, and then come back. Don't fall off. Alright, let's get these guys killed. I think I'm probably going to keep the Mimic just like the real thing. No? Is it homing? No. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to keep this just because I really like the thing. Fights aren't all that bad. Those do count, okay. Ooh, that was close. Don't want to do anything with that. Just gonna leave it. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll get the chest vampires because we're gonna be killing enemies, or killing chests. I don't know if it counts towards it, and we probably won't need the blood, but why the fuck not? I want as many rings as I can wear. And we're probably going to just use the Polaris going forward. Ow. Ooh. 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 Huh. 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 Dude, that seems like a lot of bullets on screen at once. I like actively have to, I still actively have to think about which direction I entered from every single time, especially if I move around a little bit like I did there. Ah, those stupid Ds. These guys don't really target. I guess they would move towards. What's up, baby? It's good. How's the TV?
It's good.
Is it? I knew it. Why do I have all my ammo back? Did I get a red ammo at some point? I guess
Ammo back, ammo back, ammo back.
You do?
Yep.
Hmm.
Here it is.
He wink at you?
Yeah.
Pug's flirting.
Because
Brutus! Oh, don't let her know.
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Alright, I'm about to do this boss fight.
I'm gonna leave.
I'm just gonna telling you I'm gonna be focused. Okay, bye. I'll see you in a second. I still don't really have anything besides this one, but yeah, in a little bit after this this whole run, I'll be food ready. Oh god. Okay. Oh god. Okay. Mimic is, or the decoy is doing its fucking damnedest. Oh. It can only do so much. Now what do we got? This? Yeah, this will be good. We'll probably burn through all of this ammo. Polaris is really hard when you suck. It's like difficult to use when you're bad at the game. Damn. Every time I feel like I get in this fight, I feel like I try to do some new and surprising technique instead of just doing what very obviously works. Dude, we do not have much damage here. Movement speed's gonna make this one a little bit more tolerable. I also could have used the decoy there to great and wonderful effect. Whoops. I wonder if this guy's ever going to do that regular ring attack. That's the wrong way to go about that. I know there's a damage down on that synergy, so dang. Dang. Boop. Got him. Wow. Hawk's Cannon. I thought that was better. There's 4 things falling out at once, so I was like, this has got to be great. But it turns out it was just okay. Too early. I fault myself for going too early there. Getting a little cocksure, as The old timers say. Another gun that you cannot fuck up with. We got a couple boss weapons, but they're a couple, like, can be tricky to use boss weapons. Ooh, oh man. And that's a weapon I just don't use anymore. It's just, they did something with the ammo. Ooh, I need to shave. And don't call me Cumhiller. I don't like that name. Ah, didn't even knock him down. He doesn't get knocked down, but he does get up again. Okay. Let's get back. Let's do these. I'm gonna do this one first because I'm gonna try to actually use it. Damn. Man, I totally should have done that before I even left that floor. Dude, what? I didn't even see the one that hit me. Polaris is kind of at that point where it's like getting harder to use because of it being so bad at level 1. But I mean, I've done this before with starting weapons often enough that it shouldn't matter. I love the pig. Like, I haven't needed it in a very long time. I haven't had a run that, like, the pig was the only way I was gonna make it. Dang. But it's always fucking nice. Knowing that it's just sitting there, willing to help. Oop. Man, my movement speed is intense. Still no bullet modifiers though. As of yet. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get any official kills. I can do it. Don't tempt me with a fucking synergy when I'm trying to do only nail gun. I mean, I could use the fucking thing. if I wanted to eat 'em up item and get through this. But who wants to do that? I think after this room, I should be set. On level 3, if I don't get hit in this room, which I should have said first. Oh my god, what a rotten dick! Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we just need to get ammo for it. I may also sell the Mimic Tooth necklace. Let's just do this now, I guess. Thread and pull. It is fucking inevitable, dude. When everything is lined up to be at its easiest, it's time to get hit by this fucking easy boss. And I got 3 blanks? Of course I do. There goes my lead god for no reason. I'm on some easy to dodge attacks. In a damn near ideal situation for this boss fight. But yeah, it's about right. Whatever, game, you shit. What, I get the cactus gun? Pea shooter. Dang. Let's go ahead and drop this one. And drop this one. Let's go ahead and drop this one, the Elementaler. Let's go ahead and drop. Nothing else worth dropping. Oh yeah. What's up, Miri?
Nothing. Getting some pesto and rings.
How? You don't have pesto juice in this house?
I do. That's how.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it, so what?
You did this wrong. You did.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't see it, though. You do 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 do. You do 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 do. I don't know, man. Kill pillars are not one you're supposed to take damage against, is all I'm saying. Saying. Not like this run is now, you know, on the line or anything like that. It's just a bummer, man. Ba-do-do-do. This is a bunch of easy kills. I would really like ammo, maybe to start. Oh God, Jesus Christ! It's already ending. Okay. No, no. God. Icebreaker. Let's see if the last one is a... It doesn't look like a Titanic. It doesn't look like the Titanic. Oh, there's a bullet modifier finally. It's a weird one for this particular run, but doesn't mean hey, stop feeding them. Stop feeding them wiggle shots. Ooh. What in the fuck do we get? Ah, it's a great gun that doesn't really work with our current snitch-uation. I wonder. Let's just try something. This never turned out to be anything. And this gun is bad. And this is a decent boss weapon, so it's fine. I don't think I looked for a secret room, but it's fine. So I was playing Final Fantasy XIV. I have my static group that meets for Final Fantasy XIV on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And we were doing Eureka, which is some old comment that is kind of based off of Square Enix's previous MMO, Final Fantasy XI, and has some pretty unfortunate throwback mechanics, such as de-leveling, such as it being really easy to get kind of like pestered and bogged down by aggroing enemies. Every enemy in the zone aggroes in some way or another, right? So basically, you're constantly being harassed by enemies, and those enemies will follow you great distances, and you have to do things in the level until you're higher level than them. They will always chase you. Oh man, I gave that to the wrong thing. They will always chase you, and it's really, really frustrating to just constantly have time wasted on just movement, which, you know, is one of the things they kind of did away with. There's still aggro in Final Fantasy XIV in the base game, but the aggro was not as, like, it doesn't follow for as long, so it's not as, like, problematic as it was in 11. 11 was a game that tried to waste your time. It was kind of in the design, and I played it for a long time because it was very good at feeling appealing. They made the rewards seem like they were worth the constant, you know, frustrating suffering that you went through. And something happened in the game today where I essentially lost a bunch of valuable time after being frustrated leading up to that, and I kind of rage quit. And it's not a good look for an adult person to rage quit a video game, but it's also not a good look. I've decided to waste a bunch of my fucking time doing something that I'm not enjoying at all. So that's my subtle way of justifying my my tantrum. Are you kidding me? Oh, this guy's still alive. I should probably handle. Dang, a lot of blanks being used here. But, you know, I stopped playing it to go back and watch some last week tonight and hang out with my wife, and I enjoyed that so much more. It's so much better to do things that you enjoy than to do things that you don't enjoy. Like, I don't know. You know, every once in a while, Dark Souls did it, Monster Hunter did it for a while, for an experience, not necessarily a while, but there was a day or so that I remember having a quick quit of Monster Hunter because we kept losing a particular fight. And it happens. It sucks. It's, you know, it'd be embarrassing if it was worth even wasting the word embarrassment on a game. But, oh man, I forgot I had that. But mostly, I feel like I'm leaning more towards the don't spend your time on misery camp than get over the challenge of every video game, even with aspects of it that you think are, you know, relatively intentionally poorly designed, or like tedious on purpose or whatever. So, you know, again, we can always point out the obvious if we want to. Playing the same game that I've played 10,000 times, is this not a waste of my time? Sure, of course it is. Any pursuit that isn't actively earning you something is, in essence, a waste of your time, depending on how you value your time, or how you define wastefulness. But I'm not going to say it's a waste of my time if I'm actually having a good time or doing something that is kind of my own choice, my own imperative, my own thing that I initiated. I don't know if I care about this stupid R2J2 or drone or whatever it is. It's the portable turret, yeah. It's weird when you get these guys that don't get the double bullet effect, but they still get the helix bullet effect. Like, that's the same number of shots. Just less well fired. Doesn't feel like it's really for the best. Don't pull out that gun. Yeah, I mean, I stopped playing it. I'll be back on it tomorrow for my static group, but I felt it was fine to quit it today, even if I kind of hissy fit to some degree. Like, I don't really need to be great and magnanimous about everything in every freaking game in the world. I can be a little tiny baby every once in a while, just get it out of my system. Dude, I hate this dude. I need some sort of bullet embiggening or something. Another, the ability to steal. Why is it always duplicated? This is a big fucking bullet. It doesn't always hit though. It's like the best point, the best aspect of this gun removed. That was weird. It's like it lost its ability to Let me get out of the fire. Fuck. Lost its track, or lost its curse halfway through. It's jammedness. Shop should be soon, and then we should be done. Whoa! Ooh. Well, we're finally getting some freaking goddamn motherfucking whatchamacallit. Not great, that one. Let's get out of here. Stuff star. It's like a Mario synergy or something. Star friends. What? Let's see. Stuffed star. If the player also has Polaris while Stuff Star is active, player will continually fire. Maximum level Polaris shots in all directions. That is extremely useful in Stuff Star. You earned your place on the team. View. Hello. Why did I write 3? Oh yeah, I had 3 levels of curse at one point. Machine guns should be really good. Fast firers. Neat. Neat and smart and neat. And we are going to Polaris for a bit, I guess. Oh wow, it's not even, it doesn't fire in a circle, it just fires in all directions. What is this? Some sort of noodles? Ugh. Thank you. I'm so hungry.
You're welcome.
I'm almost done with this run.
Yeah?
Can't get him until the second that witch dies, and then I'll slurp.
You're not gonna even try it. You're lost.
Here, let me try this. What's this, a walnut? This doesn't have any avocado on it.
No. Is it?
You, don't know what avocados are, apparently. Yikes. It's a green thing. Oh my god. I'm killing all of them with fire instead of with shots. If any, ammo drops, I can just leave it on the floor, right? God! Ugh. This shit sucks right now. Even level 2 Polaris is level 2 bad. It's taking too long. Sling is good. Ring-a-ding sling, as they say. Oops. Well, 2 bullets I'll never get back. Unless I get ammo, I don't get back. Shock rounds were at one point the item I needed for 100% on my Ammonomicon. They'll always have a place in my heart, and I will always be on the lookout for them. Also, they look exactly like bouncing bullets, so makes them more valuable because you have to find them. I wonder if I'm not getting kills because the shock is getting it. This thing, it seems like I've definitely got... Okay, there we go. Oh, you have to have the Polaris equipped. Wow. Way to not say that part. The internet. It's pretty important for you to not say that part. The internet. Be dead, please. Sir kind, sir. Bullets I don't even see! Hate. Oh boy. God, it's like impossible to not shoot enemies off the edge. Stop. Stop. Jesus Christ. There's no reason to not use it now. Since I don't need to hold on to the ammo anymore. Just fucking burn through it. Be even more reckless with it. Every hit I took, like, fucking worthless. I know taking damage is not ever worth full. Just like being shot in ways where I did not detect the bullet. Not that I'm saying it's the game's fault or anything like that. It's totally my fault. This feels kind of stupid. Like, there are plenty of moments where I was surrounded in bullets, and if I had gotten hit, I would have been like, yep. But when I did, it felt just kind of like, now is time to take damage. No. I'm gonna keep dicking around for a little bit to get this leveled up. I need so many levels of it. But there are a few rooms that can do it by itself. The Blobulon rooms are very good about it. Anything with Bulbats. I might have already gotten the Bulbat ones. I'm guessing this probably doesn't count towards it, but... Oh my god. Stop. I guess that's another thing I can keep working towards is the disappointment of having 3/4 of the fucking Gun Knight armor. What's up, baby? Oh, nice. Are you saying we should play it right now and while I'm in the middle of?
Play together?
Yeah, it's got local co-op.
What?
It's not Legacy though. It doesn't have any of the
Oh.
like the enduring stuff, but it's still a good way to, yeah, to play the original version of the board game. Oh my god! Oh my god!
There's only 10 bucks.
Dang!
Dang, dude.
No, that room was scary. Please don't go in the hole. Just die to regular shots. I'm gonna keep going until I get this. Or get hit again. Whichever comes first. I might just clear this floor. Oh boy, that was close. There it is. The ones that it chooses that are not going to work properly are so bizarre to me. You got like 4 more rooms. There's a very slim chance of the red chest with the Gun Knight's helm could appear on it. Very slim. Most likely what's going to happen is I'm going to stupidly get hit and, you know, have a much tougher lich fight because of it. But you gotta break some eggs to make some egg slop. Make a pile of eggs. Pile of shelled eggs. You wanna make sloppy egg slop? Snap a few eggs like they're Slim Jims. Is the saying, and I agree with it. I feel like whenever his shot connects by lightning to mine, there's a little bit of a pause, like a hiccup. And it's weird. Ugh. Ooh. That's not gonna do it. You know what? Fucking sure. This puts us at exactly 7. What if this thing had given me the fucking Lord of the Jammed? That would have been hilarious. I still would have rather have gotten the other thing though. Should be very likely to go again. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta get close. Gotta try to hit with as many of the lightning offshoots as possible, so that it's ready again. This may be a very easy fight just by getting this to level 3. Dude, this is the armorist of runs. Well, potentially armorist. Oh, fuck. Wow. Oh, man, I fucked it up. So I'll just try to get it back through regular doing damage while this is active. But somehow I switched my weapons. Nope. Oh, God. Forgetting how to do everything. Fuck! Still be going, still be going, still be going. Cool. It is still going, but it's not going as well as it could have. Okay, let's blank that. Can we get invincibility? Thank you. And that's it. That's a fucking smooth operator of a flawless right there. With some mistakes, but it's a fuck POW LF. There's no LG in there. But it's a fuck POW LF. So pesto noodles my wife made. Looks like they're full of chicken, but it's walnuts. Oh man, that was good. I'm a little full though, like after a few bites. My stomach was a mistake earlier today. I'm having bad toilet times. Just to end on a classy note. It was good. It feels better now. What an incredible run. And what an incredible run to not get a lead gun to a stupid easy boss. 265?